I can't believe it's already been 5 years. How did that happen so fast? My past before the move feels like a lifetime ago, and at the same time, these 5 years have gone in the blink of an eye. So much has changed since then, both back in my home country and in my life here in Finland. Over the past years, I've completely changed my career, stepping into things I never imagined I could do. Olia started working from home, we got our first car, and I overcame my fear of driving in traffic. My dearest old dream came true, to take my mom to the sea. We visited Norway, which had also been a dream of mine. What a crazy trip that was! We drove our old car for around 4,000 kilometers, stressing ourselves out on mountain serpentine roads. Miraculously, the car didn't overheat and nothing broke down. It was one of those things you do when you are young and inexperienced enough not to think about what could possibly go wrong. Just like 4 years ago when we bought our first car and decided to go on a trip around Finland with no plans, just staying in cottages along the way. Apart from almost losing a headlight somewhere near Turku, it went well, and it was really nice to explore Finland beyond the capital region where we live. But out of everything, one of the biggest milestones for us was getting our permanent residency last year. Now we are learning the language and preparing for citizenship. The current requirement is 8 years, so we still have a journey ahead, and it will be a huge step for us too. Have you seen a tree growing like this? It's all bent.
Оля, як ті інфлюенсери, така типу ходить, дивиться, да? Дерев не бачила.
Today we have our katsastos. It's a yearly car inspection where they check the condition of the car and its emissions. I hope it goes well. This car is 26 years old and they always find something. Last year it didn't pass on the first try. They found a big patch of rust underneath. We had to get it fixed and go for a second inspection. So I wouldn't be surprised if they find something this time, but it would be really nice not to have these extra expenses. Anyway, we have a mindset that this inspection is for us, and we know that it's for our own safety. Я мишки не перевірила. Olia is checking if there aren't any red droppings under the hood. We had a red issue in our yard because of all the construction work nearby. We hadn't seen the rats ourselves. Our neighbors told us they had, and we found red droppings under the hood once. But I should mention that as soon as we noticed the issue with rats, it was taken care really fast, but we still check from time to time, just in case. Не було? Їдемо? So we didn't pass. We have a mandatory issue with a thing called the brake line. We have 1 month to fix it, and then we will need to go for a second inspection. There are also some minor issues, but they are not as important as the first one, and some of them we can fix ourselves. Hey everyone! Today I have a cozy evening with my sewing machine. I want to make a cube poof for our home. Actually, 2 of them. We wanted to just buy them, but after we checked a few stores, I thought that they were kinda pricey for something that simple. And then I thought, why not to make it myself? I already have a sewing machine, why not? But when I started looking for all the materials like fabric and filling, I realized that it wasn't gonna be much cheaper. It wasn't gonna be cheaper at all. But there was already no turning back. I already found the fabric I really liked, and yeah, I got really excited about making it myself. So here we are. Here is the fabric, and I think it's gonna be beautiful. Let's try. This is my package with the filling for the poof. I haven't unpacked it yet, so let's open it up and see what is inside. No, I should have been more careful. I cut the bag inside and there is these tiny balls and they are out. Something is telling me that it's gonna be a mess. It's the type of filling often used in beanbag chairs. Alright, let's put it aside for now. I was struggling with having no space where I could cut the fabric. My table, or actually there is 2 tables, and they both are fully occupied. So I came with the idea to put a big cardboard on the bed, and yeah, it was a game changer. Now I have this whole space where I can put my fabric, and it's much more convenient. I'm always a bit nervous when I cut the fabric because there is no way back. I mean, you can undo a seam, but you can't undo a cut. And I usually buy fabric just enough for one project I have in mind, so I just have no room for mistakes. I don't know if it's the correct way to make a cube poof, but I think if I succeed, then it may count as correct, right? I'm out of thread. I don't really like when it happens because it slows you a little bit, but that's alright. And now we need to thread our machine again. Now I can do it fast. I finished the first one. I think I did a great job. I left an opening for the filling and I'm going to stitch it. It's so late already and I'm so tired. My brain is not braining. I'm going to stitch it later after I fill it. Now I'm going to spend another half an hour sewing the second one, but for you it's gonna be just a moment. Good morning, so I finished the second one last night. It took me much longer than I expected and by the time I was done it was already late and I was a mess because everything that could go wrong went wrong. I don't know how it works, but it usually happens when I want to finish something fast. Like yesterday evening, first I connected the wrong sides of fabric together, so I had to undo it, and undoing a seam takes much longer time than sewing itself. Then my sewing machine started acting strange and I didn't notice it until I finished the seam, so I had to undo it again. And in the end, I think it might have turned out a little bit crooked, but I was already so tired yesterday to fix it, and anyway, I don't think it will be noticeable once it's filled. Alright, so now we need to fill it. I calculated that each poof needs 60 liters of filling, but I bought only 100 liters, so I prepared some extra materials. These are fabric scraps from my sewing projects. I just cut them in small pieces and yeah, let's fill it up. What am I doing? This is not gonna work. I don't know how to do it without spilling it all over the room. Alright, I just need to accept it. I expected them to be a little smaller, but I really like it. The fabric cost 25 euros and the filling 35, so it cost me 30 euros per one item. I'm gonna leave this one here and the other one goes to our living room. I thought I'd take you on an evening ride today. It's a bit late already though. The sun has set, but there is a moon on the sky and it's such a beautiful evening. Today was +9 and it was the first day when it felt like spring. I'm sitting here by the river and yeah, I feel alive. There is a tram going nearby, so you can probably hear the noise. But I know that we will not get a real spring for at least another month. In Finnish, there is a word takatalvi. Some of you mention it in the comments. The literal meaning is back winter. It's when you feel spring has arrived, but then suddenly winter comes back. Like last year, it snowed at the end of April. Yep, weather definitely has its surprises. I'm getting a little bit cold here by the river, so I just go.
When I'm lost within the fire, will I find you in the flames? With you I know I'll never be alone. I try my best to find you in the morning and the night. I know there's so much love, it's blinding, but still I'll never get it right. When I'm lost within the fire, will I find...
I found some old seeds from last year and I hope at least some of them will sprout. Being honest, I still don't have any plans for my garden for this year. This winter went by kind of fast for me and in a way I didn't even want it to end, because when spring and summer comes it's usually a time for lots of work, new projects, new plans, but until recently I just didn't feel like I had the energy for all of that. I don't know, I felt kind of down this winter. I guess maybe you noticed that in my videos, because some of you asked me if I'm okay, and I'm really fine. It's just that I have so many worries and anxious thoughts back in my mind. It's like a snowball gathered through the years, and recently I started getting more bad news from my home and my family. Also, my parents-in-law, their situation is kinda bad. It's not something new, it's been going on for more than 5 years already. But the whole situation is really exhausting. I know that for them it's even worse, and we support them financially, we try to support them emotionally as well, but there is nothing we can do to fix this situation, and that's why it's even more exhausting. I really don't feel like sharing more about it. I just wanted to tell you how I felt recently. So I wasn't much like at the moment this winter. I've also been sewing a lot, so I didn't really think about my plans for the garden this year. But yesterday I went for a ride with my bicycle and it was so nice. It felt like spring. Also, later in the evening I watched a video from my friend here on YouTube. Her name is Karina, she lives in Slovenia. Her videos always lift me up. She has this kind of energy when you know that the person is sincere and doesn't play any masks. She posted a video about her gardening experience and future plans. It was so inspiring, and I thought that even if I'm uncertain, I can at least plant something small. So here I am, planting my lettuce.